Jared's dancing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, wrestling fans, and sports entertainment fans, welcome to the No Shave Man Cave. I'm Ellie Jair.
I am Jay Tilly, and we have a special
And I
guest that
hope
should be sitting down. There he is.
who's ever falling down every stair in every house is safe. And ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to center stage, it's not Cinnamon joining us. It's none other than the Tony Allen. No. Thanks for joining us, sir. How the hell are
Hey
you?
guys, I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Man.
Every
I
day's
cannot
a
see
good
Jay
day.
Tilly though.
Oh, yeah.
His camera is not registering right now.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
the camera is not in. No, that's okay. That's good. Well, let me see because we're playing with this now, guys. We're trying to put the show on the back. Oh, it is. I'm just gonna put it on mute because that's gonna play back.
Oh, yeah, that would really mess you up.
There I am. Oh, this is not distracting at all. Look at
Yeah. Very nice.
Well,
So-
how is everybody
Man.
doing?
Well, man, we're doing great. We are excited to have
Yeah,
you joining
man.
us. Going to be something a little different for all of our standard listeners that usually tune in and we talk Raw. We actually wanted to have you on to talk a little AEW, let's say, but more importantly,
Yeah, well, more like the weekend.
Yeah, the weekend.
All in, yeah.
you got to go experience All In live, and I am
Right,
dying
yeah.
to kind of know what the live experience was like for you and what just what it was like in general. So we kind of off script a little. We figured we'd have you on just to talk about All In, what you saw, what you did. We saw you in the pay-per-view in the Royal box, Mr. Fancy Pants. And
Oh man, yeah. Well, I will get to that part, but well, the whole week. That's the thing. It's the week. The whole week was amazing because you have your main show. Everybody was like dying to see that all in show. It was great. I'll get to that. But they had shows in different promotions. And we went to, I think, 4 out of 5 shows.
oh yeah, that's
And
awesome.
it sounds really cool, and it was. But one day I walked 25,000 steps.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was like the second day, and I mean, you guys know that I've been trying to stay in shape, but that was like my
Yeah.
legs, and I know you guys remember I had like a thing on my Achilles.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the Thunder Rosa sponsors had to give me special cream for my legs because they hurt. Like it's not like you're getting an
Dude.
injury. It was just like it was too much. It was too much,
Yeah.
and it was like, yeah, I need to. And then I ate like crazy. So
Hey, I watched
So-
the vlog.
Yeah.
And it sounded like the food was not as great as you guys were hoping.
Oh man, I gotta say that it was a disappointment. We went to 2 different places. I cannot remember the name of the Mediterranean place, but we went to this Mexican restaurant. Shout out to them. I'll remember the name in a minute here. But we went to the Mexican restaurant. It was the first time in 4 days we had good food.
That's how I
And it
feel
was
every time I go to
it
a
was like
Mexican restaurant.
it was a Mexican restaurant, right? And then we went to a Mediterranean restaurant. I think that didn't make the blog either one because it was just. I mean, you can guys, if you guys want to, you can go watch the extended vlogs on Thunder Rosa's Patreon because that first one is like an hour and 10 minutes, and it was already hard for me to edit that. So I was like, I'm not gonna put every single thing, but it was insane. It was great. The food was horrible. Like I gotta say this. It was a disappointment. I mean, then I talked to some of the people that are like, yeah, our food is not great. Okay. So I should have known that to start.
Yeah.
Um,
Two quick
yeah.
things, Tony. Two quick things. We keep talking about our girl, Lamara, who will soon be a 2-time AEW World Champion.
Would that be 2-time if
but,
she comes? I mean, I don't know. Let's see, like Kansas one.
hey,
I don't
heck
know.
yeah.
I don't know.
So,
yeah, I don't know that.
We keep talking about her vlog. Let our peeps know how to get to her vlog. And I don't know if you knew this or not. 5,000 steps equals 19 kilometers or
Yes,
12
I know
miles.
that.
So we probably need to get you a medal just shy of it. Go
Ah,
get it
no.
cut and cut a little bit of the medal.
Not even
Woo.
well, you know, Thunder's an athlete, and well, you can go to
She
YouTube.com.
looked freaking amazing. She's looked
Yeah,
amazing.
she wouldn't say
on
that
her,
though. She's always like thinking like that though. But
yeah, she needs.
y-
We see her because Daniel.
yeah, I
All
know.
right,
That's
sorry.
what I
Next
tell
slide.
her that all the time. You can go to youtube.com/@ThunderRosa, or you can follow her in every platform at ThunderRosa22. So that's where you find her.
Little douche. All right, shit hot, man.
Yeah, well, and then that day she's like, "Oh, already ran 3 miles." I'm like, "What the? Seriously? How do you do that?" Well, anyways, so yeah, food was disappointing. Wrestling, however, was not. We first went to Riot Cabaret. Well, first she went to train at Birich. I can't even say it, man. I thought I spoke English, but then I went to England. And I did not. Burrich Fight Design was called by run by Greg Burrich. He is the trainer for Will Ospreay, and we became really. That dude is, as they say over there, a top bloke. He is a great person, dude. Just get to know him. I met his old friend Spencer. They have a movie coming out. I don't have the details of the movie, but I will pass them to you guys so you can pass them to your audience.
Oh yeah,
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and for what I saw, it looks pretty good. These guys have done a lot of work besides training wrestlers and what's it called, like stunt doubles and choreography for movies and like big movies. Like I think some of them even work at like the John Wick movies that are coming out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, like and that movie The King that was on Netflix.
Yep.
With Timothy Chalamet. I mean, I personally really like that movie. I want to find out those guys working. I was like, wow, that's some pretty cool dudes.
Nice.
And they were super awesome. Everybody at the academy, at the dojo, was super cool. They have their own particular way of like starting the training, and I mean, I enjoy the vibe. You hear all the stories when you're like a fan of wrestling about like everybody not getting along and all that BS and stuff like that. I did not see any of that happen. In every place that I went to, everything was like pretty cool. Everybody wanted to like, well, of course, like Thunder is super loved. Like I gotta say that, like, everybody just wanted to say hi to her. Oh, everybody that had met her before wanted to, like, just they were doing whatever they were doing their thing, the shows, or like they had the matches coming up, and they still took time to come and talk to her. And I gotta say that even though I'm like just a dude or whatever, everybody was super nice to me. Everybody was accommodating to me. So yeah, the whole UK community of wrestling, pro wrestling, super cool. So we went to Riot Cabaret because the people at the Burrich Fight Design invited us. Murdoch, he's a wrestler in. You guys should definitely, every name that I mentioned here, guys should go and look into their stuff. Dude, I don't know if I can curse or not. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do it. Okay.
We'll just put.
You
We'll
should
just put
look
not for
in-
kids.
Okay. You should go look into their shit. These people are really, really good. They're really, really. They're on the come up. That's what we gotta say. And hopefully we'll get to see them soon in the United States and see them in. I hope they can come to Mexico. I would really love that.
Man, maybe what we could do is when we get done after, I'll get a list from you and I'll link all their Twitter accounts when we post this up.
Definitely.
Yeah, so
yes.
people can go check them out.
So we went to Riot Cabaret, and I mean, you guys have to understand. I'm used to American wrestling, right? Like I'm not a big Japanese wrestling kind of dude. You guys know me. I'm not that dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know who people are now because of what I do.
Yeah.
But and I enjoy I enjoy like Joshi's mostly. Like that's I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then I'm used to Mexican wrestling, which is the things that I can access right here.
Right.
And this thing was something else. It was like a musical / wrestling thing. And when I got there, I was like, okay, this is very like it was so different. Nina Samuels, that was the first thing we saw. Nina Samuels comes out and she puts on a whole sing and dance number, like, and then
Really?
she beat the F out of somebody. Dude. It was, and I mean, we're talking about like these things you don't see on TV, or if you go and watch wrestling, like let's say I don't know, like you just go and watch a show on wrestling, and the place was super packed, and it was like this place for music, like it was.
Right.
So the music, like the sound was amazing, and then you had everybody sing their part, and it was great. I mean, I cannot wait for Nina and Thunder to have a match so that we can have this. But I want to see that Nina Samuels, because then I went back and watched some NXT stuff, and I was like,
Yep.
But that Nina Samuels, this whole thing she did. I think some of it is on the vlog. I just couldn't put all of it because there's a lot of music that I was actually copyrighting. So I can't
Right.
play it.
Oh.
But it was great. And then so Murdoch had like training match, with Thunder on the vlog. You guys see it.
Yeah.
And we had this really funny part when he missed his cue and Thunder just like gave him a receipt.
Yeah.
And everybody, I mean, I know that it's on the video, but the reaction that everybody had when that happened, dude, is like we had to cut because we kept laughing for so long. It was amazing, and he invited us to the show. He was the one who told us, "Hey, you guys have to come up," and so he had his part. And if you guys can go and watch, like the audience, like everybody that's watching right now. If you guys can go and watch that, I'm pretty sure there's some kind of platform. I'll bring it up later to see where the platform is. But if you can guys go and watch it, there is this security guard that had me sold the whole night because he simped like he was annoyed by his job the whole night, and I didn't know anybody. Right, I just didn't know anybody at the show, so it was not like I could tell that he was in on it. But he was the whole night. He was like, "Oh man, oh man," and then like the wrestlers come out and he was just like pissed at the wrestler, like, "Oh yeah." But then he had a spot at the end of the night, right? See, he got involved in but awesome. I saw that he was an actual just like security guard there. I'm like, how like gullible am I? Like I'm on the business and I just didn't get this part. And then he had like a huge, actually important part, but he was playing it from match one, like from yes, like he was really into it. I was like, that's awesome. Props. I have his Instagram stuff. I forgot his name is, but if you guys, I will try to get you these parts from the show so you can like dissect them later on. And we had that experience. We did some backstage stuff with everybody that's on the blog, and I just love it. And then like for the closing show, this dude, I think his catchphrase or his persona is the spectacular twat. His name is Charles Crawley, and he was on this show, and he was on the show where Simon was. He was like a tag partner with Simon.
Oh, nice!
And
spectacular,
bro, the way that people reacted to him, he's supposed to be a heel, right?
Right.
But he's so lovable that it's no longer a heel. Like everybody just love him so much that they just like twat. It was crazy.
When I saw the vlog, I was like,
yes, I had to cut it because he kept getting flagged every time, so I had to cut it a little bit so they wouldn't be nice.
Right.
But it was insane, the reaction to this guy. So I was like, who the hell is this guy? And he has that attitude, that persona Like I really want him. Like I don't know if that spectacular tat will be able to translate it to American audience, but I really want him to make it, dude. You should Charles Crowley, go and look him up. I think one of the few photos that I posted.
Okay.
It's I don't. You guys know that I send you photos, but I don't like to post photos. Of,
Right.
like,
That's fine.
wrestlers, especially when they're like not in the
Right.
Or, yeah. So
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
yes, because I mean that would be like that would be
Yeah,
weird because if I see them like when I see them again, they will be like, bro, why are you posting shit?
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, those, if in a, all the behind the scenes stuff that you send us, we wouldn't share unless you were like, hey, you got to, make
Yeah.
sure you drop this.
Here's your
So
exclusive.
appreciate the the underground info, and we try and pull it from you, and you're the anti-dentist. Oh man. So no, it's cool having you here.
That's funny on more ways
Love
than one.
hearing the perspective. Congratulations on moving into your house. Last time we had you on, you were just talking about it. Now you're being about it, and you're in your new place with the fam and everything. Your puppy's doing much better, so that's super awesome.
Yeah,
as well.
we got a little scare there.
Shit.
Yeah, that was scary. She ate a scrunchie, and it cost us $400. But
That's
the thing is that if we hadn't caught it, she would have just died, and then we would have figured out afterwards.
right.
Yeah.
She ate this thing and she died. So we
Yeah.
caught it in time. So I mean that's good.
Yeah. Shout out to all our fur babies out there. I have two dogs, and they're a huge part of the family. Jay Tilly with 3 fur babies, and yeah, man, good stuff. So well, shit. So what else we got cracking? Not much is going on in wrestling, so I guess we could talk about pets and stuff, or not seeing Punk's dog or anything, but other pets.
No.
Too soon.
Phil's doing his thing, man. I don't know. I like I said, and I said this publicly, and I don't care. I respect everybody's work and their decisions, and it's up to them, right? To what the decisions are. I mean, of course, we suffer as fans of.
Oh yeah.
And that what comes out. And actually, this is really messed up. And all in, I was like, because they had they had the MJF's and
Adam Cole.
And Adam Cole's match with
Hey.
the Aussies, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So they had the match, and I was like, I think I can get a drink. So I went, and I was like, and then when I went to get the drink, and we had this really nice seats, of course.
Oh yeah, Mr. Royal Box.
Which
And,
it's in hindsight, right? I wish that I have gotten. I mean, thank you AEW for the tickets. I really appreciate it. It was really nice. But after having all that week with like super cool wrestling underground stuff, and like I wish I had sat closer to the action. I mean, never had an experience like this before. Like it was great. It was amazing. It was like super VIP and stuff.
Yeah.
Like where Mercedes Moné was sitting, and they did the shot right of her.
Yep.
That's where we were sitting. I was sitting like the whole night. I was like right there.
Sick.
Yeah. So I mean, it was. But I wish I had experienced like the boom and all that stuff with everybody else, right? Because I mean, the sound on TV does not give justice to how the reaction to Punk was.
Oh my
the
God,
reaction to MJF.
Holy cow!
Yeah. The reaction to the boom was insane. The reaction to Will, and this is something, and it's not because I was sitting next to his dad, but the reaction to the reaction to Ospreay's it was insane. The reaction to Ospreay was insane.
Oh man, that guy is awesome.
Yeah,
I do have one issue with Will Ospreay.
Oh God,
and that is he was once the possessor, the champion of New Japan Pro Wrestling, United States champion. most beautiful title in all of
That
professional
is a
wrestling.
pretty cool title. Yeah.
I have one that I will forever. That is
Oh, that's
absolutely
true.
for him to turn it into a United Kingdom title. Although it makes sense, you know, and it's a beautiful title. Man, just leave it alone. And then I heard rumors of them potentially bringing back the Intercontinental.
Yep.
So
got
I
that
had to
one
go
too?
get
The
myself an
IWGP
Intercontinental title.
Intercontinental.
Yep.
Yeah, but that would
Yeah,
make more sense
so-
because you need to have an like like the AW did the international champion.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean,
Which-
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
yeah.
He has that one too.
I ordered a All Atlantic title.
All
I thought I ordered
Atlantic,
an
yeah.
international, but I
Vintage.
shopped.
That's my favorite. Like I gotta say,
Yes.
that is my favorite title. Like
Yeah.
not as in value, and even as value, I think it's just that it has a very interesting story.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Orange Cassidy, like it is. And by the
Oh
way,
man, very
Okay, I think I
very
can say it.
deserving of his top 10 PWI. Came in 8th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Freaking phenomenal year. And you know, to think he went from having a match with Chris Jericho, and you know, ended up getting Jericho ended up taking a bath in the mimosas.
Orange juice. Yeah.
Like freaking, I love mimosas, but super cool.
me too.
Yeah, man, you are definitely linked to a very, very cool organization with some phenomenal teammates over there. And you know, anytime we have you on and what you can share, man. But,
I have
hey,
a
Will,
funny story.
Will, we need to talk about the title whenever you're available. We'll have you on, and we just need to
Tony
talk.
just
Give
call
me
his
a
dad.
minute, man. Woo!
Well, if
Yeah,
you
touch-
guys,
Dad.
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the future. Maybe we can have him on. I don't know.
Okay.
I gotta say something like a funny story about Orange
Yep.
Cassidy. So we are in the after party for AW All In, and we're just hanging out, and then his brother comes out, and the
Okay.
dude, and I'm like, and they're like identical, bro. Like it's insane. So I'm like, oh, so are you guys twins? And in absolute character, he goes like, oh yeah, you should meet Judith. I'm like, oh, he doesn't know. Oh, how could he know? Oh, that's my little sister. She looks more like me. What the fuck?
Just in
But he
character.
was like completely in character. Like, you know, there's no cameras here, right, man?
Right.
But he's
Yeah,
like,
he
he's
just-
making an inside joke with his brother to make fun of the fact that I make it like a common joke. So I'm
Right.
like, oh yeah, he should meet Judy. Like, who the fuck is Judy, bro? I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty funny.
Hell
He-
yeah.
Yeah. And then I talked to Jericho at the party too, and I went and then I was like, hey man, I saw you when you were like Corazon de Leon back in Mexico in 90.
Oh,
It was like in
shit.
96. It's like,
That would've
no,
been awesome.
90. It had to be 94, and it had to be like he gave me the date when
Yeah,
I went
it's
to see him.
crazy.
What?
I was like, what the? How the? And they're like, yeah, that's right, because I was 11, not 13. What the fuck? How? How the hell, man? I was like,
course.
how the hell do you know that? And I was blown away. It was
So
super
mental
nice.
note. If
Yeah.
I ever go meet Jericho, make sure I know exactly when I saw him wrestle,
Yes.
so he
Yeah,
doesn't correct
So,
me.
so he had his match book that he wanted to publish with like known publishers, and they were all like, "Yeah, that's cool. Get back to us in like 6 months." Another producer or another print house. Yeah, you know, that doesn't really sound. He was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to fund it myself. He paid to do everything lock,
Yep.
stock, and barrel. And, you know, just imagine, you know, book house 1, 2, and 3 in the world. They're probably kicking themselves. It was, you know, multiple time New York bestseller.
Yep.
It's won multiple awards in like production. And it's just an awesome read. If you enjoy the lineage and where he started and where he is and like the imprint he's put on the business. And every time we talk about we have a Jericho problem, he hits the reset, and we go, "Holy shit! Who is
Yeah.
this? Who's this Jericho kid?" And his influence is so like widespread, from the Lionheart to the Y2J, the List. I mean, just everything. Just sick.
Yep.
So, man.
Yeah, no. Everybody. I mean, I gotta say this, and I know there's a lot of people that like. I've never talked bad about anyone, that regardless. You guys know that.
Yep.
But I gotta say, AW treat me really, really well. All those people behind the scenes that work there, they're super nice to me, and I have to thank them for the really great experience that I had there. It was a really, really good time. And I mean, but at the same time, it was a really good time in Eve Wrestling. Should check it out. Dan and his wife are amazing people. I believe that I have become friends with them. They're like super nice people.
Cool.
Hopefully, Thunder one day can go to Eve and have a show with them, and that's amazing. I mean, that show that I did not want. You can see in the vlog that I did not want to go to that show because I was dying, man. I was so tired, and it was already 11 o'clock when she was like, "Oh no, Maquito sent me a text message," and I'm like, "Oh, bro." And then like Miyu Yamashita is there. I'm like, okay, I want to go and see. I want to see if you guys get into a fight. So yeah, so we went there, took a couple of photos. All those Joshi girls, they're all those Joshis are amazing people. And I mean, I know that like sometimes I don't know in what area of fandom I fall, because at the same time, like I get to work with these people and I get to talk to them, but I'm still a fan, and they were super nice to me. And I gotta say, Dan, shout out to that dude for the organization he's got. He runs really cool shows in London, and also to Progress. Progress was really cool.
Yeah.
We got to hang out with a whole bunch of people. We got to hang out with Simon, which was like freaking out about he doing the thing he did on All In, which I was very happy.
I would totally like being around other fans. Like when we get an opportunity to hang out face to face, I'll moderately mark out when I get to meet you, because you're like indirectly connected, and I'm like, oh my god. But meeting people that are in a line of work that you aspire to be in. So I'm a retired Marine, and anytime I would have an opportunity to, as we say in the Marine Corps, don't make it weird, touch tips, we would get together and you'd be around people and you're like, yeah, I'm pretty proud of me. Yeah, pretty proud of me too. And then you meet like, hey, this is General Bonatz, or Captain
right,
Crunch,
I get it,
or whatever, and you're like, dude. And don't ever, if humbly I ask you, don't ever lose your fandom, because you telling the story and you're like, bro, let me tell you, and like you start to smile, like not just with your mouth, but like in your cheeks. And if you were on the phone, like whenever you're talking to someone, you're like, this motherfucker's smiling, and like their voice changes. You're like, oh shit, he's excited. Me too. So I love hearing the stories. I love Broken Skulls and Table for Three. There's some other documentaries that go way back, and they talk about life of wrestling, and not necessarily the dark side, but just the stories of the road, and your stories of just a phenomenal event for professional wrestling. Not even AEW, not even England, not even the world, but just for professional wrestling. And to hear you talk of it.
Oh, we just lost his audio.
Oh, it was his audio, yeah.
See, you were worried about yours, and it's his that lost.
I know.
He's still going too. Look at him.
He's
just going right away.
And to say,
there he goes. We totally lost all that.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now.
Hey,
we got you now.
What I was saying is, don't lose your fandom. Jay Tilly and we were at Forbidden Door, and it was sick. And we love hearing your stories. Don't lose your fandom. We fucking love it.
Yeah, no. Those people. I mean, I told you guys, if they hit it right again, like next year, if they do the same thing they did, I mean, I wish they would run a show from Tuesday, right,
Yeah.
all the way. I only miss Ref Pro, but because I couldn't, man. I seriously, it was either go home or don't make it to All In the next day. Because I think I woke up that day like around 2
Oof.
to get to yeah, because I was dust. I was done. But yeah, Progress, all the people of Progress, we get to hang out with a whole bunch of people on the back. I mean, we already knew some of them already because of all the things we're doing. And I mean, I did not even get to the part when like Anthony Ogogo and I were running in the rain. And then that was that
That was
was,
like a
I
love
mean,
story to come.
no. It was funny because we could have gotten out of the tunnel. We could have got down the field, like on the field, back on the Arsenal Stadium, back on the tunnel, and then go on their normal exit. But Thunder and Anthony were like, and who else was there with us?
Jerry
Jerry
Lynn.
Lynn. Oh my God, Jerry Lynn. I know he probably he probably get to see this one time. I promise. Like Jerry Lynn is the
I
nicest
hope we
dude
get to
ever.
see this. That'd be awesome.
I'll
Dude,
send it to him.
Yeah,
Jerry Lynn is
That
the
dude is
nicest dude ever.
fucking wrestling royalty. Right
Humble like a motherfucker. Like that. We talk about everything else in the world. And he was such a nice person. I mean, Anthony too. Anthony Ogogo. I just got to hang out with him a lot more. So
That guy, man,
uh,
his story like is amazing. And
Yeah.
I hate that like if I don't know how to say it. I almost feel like WWE kind of or WWE, AEW kind of dropped the ball a little bit with him. Like he did this really funky storyline with Cody and then just kind of
Cody, that was so
fell
bizarre.
off.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
But
They
I
made
think
him.
that
oh,
as a wrestler, and he says like, "Oh, I'm doing something for wrestling, like I'm a wrestler or something." Like I think that wrestling wise and in his life, I think better things are coming to him
oh,
very soon. I
yeah.
believe so. Yeah, I believe that not it's just and the more that I'm on this thing, I'm like, not everything can be a home run, and you
Right.
always fight to be that home run, and that's okay. And but at the same time, and this is because I think that for performers and wrestlers, when we say things that and we say things like that out of love, right? Because
Right.
we wanted to succeed and we want to be like great and stuff. But I feel like sometimes like it's not even in their hands, right? So
Yep.
I always appreciate performers in every scale because especially in wrestling because it can go like this. Football players. I mean, I was watching the game yesterday, the crazy Steelers.
oh my God!
Browns
Last
game.
night,
And I don't even want to talk about it. And they were finally one time on TV. They were like, we're not even going to show that because it was so bad. Like
yeah, to Nick Chubb and to all the doctors who are going to have an influence on the quality of his life afterward.
yeah.
Props to him, and quick and speedy recovery to my guy. He hyperextended and pretty much ripped, tore, and dislocated every bone, joint, ligament, and tendon.
Ooh.
And fortunately, he didn't have any internal bleeds. I'm a fantasy football fan, so but I'm a human being, and I wish nothing but the best for Nick and speedy recovery, dude. But yeah, for real, that
Yeah.
was.
So it's all about like we believe of these like you should see how people treat Anthony on like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's like the water's open for him, right? And they respect him so much, but they respect him like in a hood kind of respect way too.
Right.
Because like so it's super interesting, and he's I mean I don't know if this is good for his wrestling image, but he's like a dude. He's such a good dude. Like I don't care. He's such a nice
He
person.
was Olympic silver medalist in boxing.
Bronze, I think he got bronze. Yeah,
bronze.
in London. Like he got
yeah. That's pretty significant too to have him back there, and had a issue with his eye that never fully recovered, which ended his boxing career. And I don't know if the feud with Cody ended his wrestling career.
No, it didn't.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll
No,
see
it
it again.
didn't. He actually was in the Progress show, and he did a guest referee thing. If you go back and watch the vlog, it's very funny because I have to be like, oh my god, I didn't know. Oh my god, is that Antonio Gogo? And we just walk with him all the way through the show. So, that was pretty funny.
No,
It was.
I want to hear the
Yeah.
story about the running in the rain, though. I know we said we'd go 30 minutes because we're going to try to do our other
That's
show,
okay.
but if we go long, we go
So-
long, and we'll do the 22nd
we
show
go-
another day.
So they got like they're starting to get like an avalanche of fans because they recognize him because he's like, I don't know, super tall, whatever.
Yeah, he's a big
And
dude.
then he's a big dude. I mean, you can. It's Antonio Gogo, right? Like,
Right.
people know who it is. And then they just saw him. They seen them on the TV because they have like a closed circuit kind of thing going on. So they interviewed them before the show, so everybody got to see that. So we got out like normal got out. So when we're walking and then people start stopping them, and I always have to do this when we're with Thunder. I'm like, we have to go, and I'm trying to be respectful because I try to get her to sign the most. But when we have to go, we have to go.
Right.
We have to get somewhere, right? So I'm just like, we have to go, we have to go, we have to go. And then all of a sudden, we got out of the normal door, and it's midgate, right? So it's halftime. There's nothing outside, and then as soon as we get out, it's like. It's like the craziest amount of rain I've seen in like I don't know ever. Like, okay, this is London. I'm like, and then I go and then Thunder is like, just get up a couple of garbage bags, and I say trash bags because like and then I go to the gentleman. And he's one of the people that cleans the place, and I go like, can I have some of those trash bags? And the gentleman's like, no, they're full. And I'm like, no, but like one of them is, and then Anthony comes out is like, I don't know, that's how he sounds to me like, and he goes like, no,
can I get up?
And then like, can I have a bean bag? Oh, bean bags, yeah, okay, sure thing. I'm like, what's the fucking difference, bro? He's like, well, one is full of trash and the other one is not. I'm like, whatever, English language, I don't care. So we finally got them, and then we ripped them a little bit, right?
Oh my god!
So I'm running like this,
That's
but then it doesn't matter. Like my feet are getting wet, and I got this like Nike shoes that are like for running, so they're all super soaked immediately. And then so as we start running, and then we have to go through a bridge, and then get to the other side of the stadium because Ubers are not gonna stop in the stadium because they can't. So we had to walk through a whole bridge, get to the other side, and we got to this like. I don't know, it was like a restaurant place, and and everyone's like, okay, we have some tea, of course, right? Because like tea, and then this cup is this kappa, right? The police officer is like, oh, you Antonio Gogo? Yes, gonna take a photo with you. And he's like, mate, I'm soaking wet. Can you hold on one second? He just like put it like, and then they gave us towels and stuff, so we actually like get like patting or something like that. And then they gave us like tea, and then he took the photo with the cup.
That's awesome.
Damn.
I love
it was.
What is it? Bobby? A bobber? Bobby?
A Bobby? Yes.
Yeah.
It was. It was a crazy weekend. It was a crazy week, and I mean, I already have my tickets for next year, so it's up to you guys. And when I hang out in London and watch a whole bunch of wrestling, I think we should do it. We should definitely do it. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know how they're gonna top this year because this was really crazy. Well, maybe if Thunder closes the show.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. I'm asking for a lot, but yeah.
So when Thunder wins the international championship,
there you go.
That's my dream, and I'm gonna put it out there right now. Like that should not be limited to women or men. I mean, it's just an international championship. Yeah. I want Thunder to be the international champion once.
I think that's one of the things that mainstream North American television gets wrong is I don't think there's a problem if you do intergender wrestling because you watch some of these really awesome matches from GCW and New Japan and over in Europe and like, man, why not? Like I watched that Tony Depp and Thunder Rosa match that you told me to watch.
You watched it finally?
Oh my gosh, dude, it's amazing.
Oh my god.
It's insane. I know.
It's so good.
So ridiculous.
But I'm like, Why?
And
I
it's
would love-
long too, because
Yeah.
they're like at the end they are both exhausted.
Yep.
That I don't know. It was like a Dead Valley Driver on the apron, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, they're like, "Ugh, that's it. I need to find a new job. But no,
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't.
that
Do
was-
wrestlers get like, okay, here's the ring. These are the ropes. You're gonna bounce off of them. This is the top rope. By the way, the side of the ring we refer to as the apron. Just so you know, it's the
I know
hard.
where he's going.
Like
it's the hardest
what
part of the ring.
Shit. Like it's legit a roll up, most dangerous move in professional wrestling. The apron is the hardest part of the ring.
Yep.
Man, what on earth? Woo!
no,
Easy.
that match is. I think, and I said this before. I think that probably is my favorite match. That and the first Miyu Yamashita Thunder Rosa match is my favorite one.
I don't remember that one. I'd have to watch it again.
It was
go
it was
back and watch
Tokyo Yoshi Pro, and
Okay.
I just love everything because I think they had it. I think they had it like in dark here,
Yeah.
but it's edited though. You have to watch the whole thing. I just love when Thunder came out and they did they do like the it's not confetti, it's like streams of
Yeah, the
of
streamers, yeah.
paper,
The streamer.
streamers, yeah. But they did it red, white, what was that? Red, white, and green.
Yep.
Yeah.
the
I
Mexico
just
flag.
loved that. I was like, that's so respectful, man. That's so
Yeah.
like that
Yeah,
was
that's
so
cool.
yeah, that was so cool, man. That was so great. Then they had to
Yeah,
clean it up,
that's-
and it was like insane.
Yeah. She had some awesome matches when she was the NWA World Champion. She had a really good match with Camille. But
Camille,
the
yeah.
way they film NWA, and there's like no entrance music, and the production is very different. Just
Oh,
it
because there was a
just different.
pandemic,
but
right?
it was a
Yeah.
fun
Talking about the
match though.
pandemic?
But right.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of what I like to think in wrestling is that there should be no limits of what we can do. Like,
Agreed,
and like I was watching the Kenny Omega fights a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yep.
Why not? I mean,
And it was a good
well,
match.
yeah, it was. Yeah, that kid can sell too.
Yeah, for real.
I see worse selling for other people, and
Me
this
too.
girl, like
In the
she knew-
business, yeah.
in the business, yeah, for sure.
Wasn't that
Uh,
Rio? No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Because
no.
Rio started real
No.
young too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I
Rio,
think that
Io
we should
Sky
really.
started really young too.
Evo
Yep.
Skies are really young. Yeah. No, there's just there should be no limitations of what wrestling can be, because if it's an art form, it should be stretched to its limits, right?
Right.
We should not, and I think that's one of the biggest problems that I see in, especially like on Twitter. I mean, I don't go to Twitter anymore. I don't have the time. I'm trying to make things for other people happen and things for my family to happen. So, but let's try not to limit what happens in
Mhm.
wrestling. Well, except like zombies and shit like that. But
Oh, Texas Chainsaw
uh,
Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I hope
So
everybody got
bad.
paid.
The zombie
But-
battle royal. Come on.
Zombie battle royal. No, it was a lumber. It was there were lumberjacks, right?
Oh, lumberjack. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was lumberjacks. Yeah, I don't know why. Like whatever. But let's not try to limit what the wrestling can be.
Yep.
As long as it is still wrestling, right?
Right.
It should be anything. It should be anything. And I think that the possibility of I know this it's probably gonna be on the dirt sheet now that I said it, but one of my dreams.
Nobody watches it here.
No, probably believe me. Sometimes I say
we're about
things
to
that
catch
I don't
fire.
think, and they're like, "Whoa!" But no, that's fair. That's a fair thing to say, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, no, I think it would be
it's an
awesome.
international match. It's an international championship.
Just-
It can be fought by anybody. Like
Just-
it doesn't have to be.
Picture her return and a match with John Moxley, and that's
God.
what she wins to get.
Oh my
come
God.
on, dude.
That
Like,
would be
you want
Both
to
of
sell
them getting
tickets?
color.
Yeah.
Both of them getting color.
Oh, he lost his audio
Again,
right in the
you need to pay. You need to pay that.
He's screaming and
He's
yelling.
just doing it.
He just
crazy.
hardwired. He just
There we
hardwired,
go.
too.
There you go.
We got
I
both
just
getting
hard-
color.
Son of a bitch. So we got color here. Moxley and La Mera for the international championship, and she pulls a firing barbed wire death match. You told me I
Oh
was
my
going to get a
God.
kaboom table, and gets it for the 3, and new international champion, La Mera Mera
That'd be awesome.
Thunder
Hey,
Rosa.
and you know
Yeah.
what? All the talk we've had
Cut to
about
commercial.
women wrestling in general, like that would be one of the ways to solve it. Just don't have women wrestling as its own genre.
Yeah.
Just mix them all up. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just
I
my
mean,
opinion.
yeah. If that is the issue, that I don't see why. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I enjoy the same going to Eve Wrestling in London that I did with Progress, and I enjoy the matches that they had with like Nina Samuel had. And I think the main event is the champions, the tag champions in Riot Cabaret are it's this dude Josh Crowley, and I forgot the girl's name. I should know that. But it's an intergender tag match.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't see, and I think this comes from a really weird perspective in fandom.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why would you not enjoy women's wrestling. And not that being said, go and watch Mission Pro Wrestling this October 21st. I
There you
forgot
go.
the name of the pay-per-view, but go and watch it. They're gonna have a really
Dale.
amazing.
Look it
they're
up
gonna
real
have
quick.
a really amazing. Yeah, I'll look it up right now.
What's
Jared
the
and I were
date?
talking about trying to make a trip out there and watch some Mission Pro live because I watch it on
You
YouTube
should-
here
you
and there.
should-
I would
you
love to
should
go see
you
it.
should definitely go and watch it. It's
Thriller?
everybody that I've seen that goes there and then like I've talked to them, they enjoyed so much the atmosphere and everything. It's just I wouldn't say wholesome, but it's just because they do kick the shit out of each other. I gotta say. So
Yes.
but I
so
mean-
so real quick, so Mission Pro Wrestling, Salvation Army Mission Corps on Southwest Military Drive, there will be an open casket match October
yes.
21st from 6 to 9 Central. 6 to 9 Central, Saturday, October 21st. Tickets are
Thriller.
available for as
That's what it's called,
little
Thriller.
as $5. If you go to vettix.com, to all our veterans, go to Vettix, donate some cash so other people can go check this show out. $5 to $50, and the $50 one, there's some VIP experiences. So shout out to Mission Pro Wrestling presents Thriller at the
Salvation
Army Mission Corps.
Corps.
Super cool.
Nice.
Right there in Tejas. Very, very cool. Shit hot.
Yes, it's gonna be. They have this talking about young people in wrestling. Izzy Moreno. She had her debut on
Yep.
the past show, Edge of Glory, and she's gonna. I mean, she's already amazing, but she's going to dominate this women thing for a very long time. I believe.
My
I believe so. I
shit.
believe so. I see that. I don't know. I don't know where she's gonna go, but I see this like global appeal that she's gonna have, and you guys can see her grow up in wrestling.
Yep.
Right
yeah.
at Mission
That's
Pro
so
Wrestling.
awesome,
It's
My,
man.
yeah.
My oldest
Oh.
Edie saw the I think it was on the vlog where
Mhm.
Thunder was training and Izzy was there.
Yes.
And she used to follow her on Twitter and she's like, wait, that's Izzy. And I'm like, yeah, she's like, she's gonna be a wrestler. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard the end of how Edie wants to be a wrestler now. Or a referee. She wants to be one of the two. Like she's like, I really want to be either Aubrey or Thunder or her two people. I'm like, you gotta work. There's just nowhere around here that
Let's make
trains
this-
people, so I can't get her into it.
Yeah, that. There
Okay,
you go. Hey,
so-
that's your
so-
calling, man.
Yeah.
Open
So-
up your
so-
school right there in the backyard.
Yes. Start putting that ring together, man.
Yeah. With all my
So-
spare cash.
To close, because we have to do the
Yeah,
other
no
show, and I
shit.
think we already ran past our time here. Aubrey, so we're hanging out in the in the after party and stuff.
Yep.
So well, it's just a party. You just call it after party. Oh, anyway.
Right.
So we're hanging out in there, and then like, okay, so can I take a photo, right? If I didn't want to, I just like to be like taken. So we're like, and then she started doing like crazy faces. So Thunder takes a whole bunch of photos, and I'm fine with it, right?
Right.
Like I'm fine with it. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty funny photo. That's okay. And I'm doing like funny poses, I think too. But and that's like the only other photo that I post from that thing. But she was making all these. Then she like, as soon as we were done, and I was like, I was going to another thing. I was talking to other people, and she comes like, no, you know what? Never mind. Let's actually take an actual photo of this, because then I'm gonna look silly because nobody else was doing it. So we actually took the normal photo. I thought it was really funny because, like, man, it's like I was not. Now that made me post it, right? Because I was not even going to post the photo.
Right.
I was just going to keep it for myself. But now that she said that, I'm like, I got embarrassed there on Twitter. She did like it though. So it's cool. We're good. But it was really funny. She's like, never mind. Let me actually take an actual photo.
One of my best friends in high school growing up worked with her before she got into wrestling when she was a game designer. He and her worked together, so he knows her pretty well too. And I'm like, cool, man. Like that, it's just neat to hear some of the
She's
stories.
a really nice person.
Yeah, but it's neat to hear like the stories of how nerdy and geeky she is when she was doing programming to make video games. And now he's like, wait, is that Aubrey Edwards? Like, oh my gosh, that's her. Like, I know her. I'm like, yeah, she's big in AEW right now. She's like one of the hottest stars.
Yeah, she's
is. Undefeated.
And she people just love her, man. Like if you see everything they like, every time she comes out, now she has like the JR treatment. You know, she comes out and people just like, it's crazy. It's good stuff.
Wow.
She deserves it. She's a nice person. Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Oh yeah,
she is really cool. And you know, you said something earlier about I know we got to wrap up because we keep talking about it, and Ellie Jarrett needs to get his beauty rest, but we had talked. You were talking about
beauty coming back to this beast.
You talked about Thunder and signing stuff, and you telling her I have to hurry up. And I'll say that like I've met a few wrestlers. I'm not in the business or anything, but I've met them, and man, she is one of the most genuine, nicest. Will take time to speak to you and talk to you, no matter how many people are in her line, no matter what's going on. I don't know. Like my daughter's met her 3 or 4 times at Daly's place. She ran into her. Like, I didn't even know who she was because she didn't have her makeup on. I'm like, actually, I don't think I was there, but Edie's like, I took a selfie with Thunder Rosa. I'm like, no, you didn't. But she was talking to a friend of hers and Edie was happened to be sitting there. It's cool to see like those kind of people still in the business. Like I met The Rock years ago and he was the same way. He came through customs. This is when I worked at the airport. He had come through customs. We were all sitting in the bar. And he comes walking in and, you know, we all knew who he was. So we're all sitting there because like in Fort Lauderdale, they have a private airport section. And when you come out of customs, there's like this pilot's bar where they all kind of hang out and meet and everybody works at the airport. And he comes out and you could all see, we're like, oh my God, play cool, everybody. We walks in, he says hi to everybody, bought everybody's meal and drinks for the rest of the night, which is cool as shit. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. But, you know, and like Thunder's like one of those, like, I just feel like she's one that's like, hey, I'll take the time out for the fans. Cause I've met a couple, I'm not going to shout them out, that are not that way at all. That, you know, just kind of standoffish, even at like signings. Like, I understand if you're eating dinner, don't interrupt me eating dinner. Right. Like at an event or, you know, something like they were just like, all right, get away from me, kid. Matter of fact, there is one, I'm not going to say a name, but there was one that was at River City Wrestling Con a couple years ago that I really was looking forward to meeting, saw how he was treating people and went, nope, F him. I don't want anything to do with him. And I didn't go meet him. I didn't get his signature, nothing. I was like, nah, screw him. Like, he's an asshole.
No, you know, Thunder does take, like, it's very weird because it is very seldom ever, I like to use that word a lot, she gets recognized without the makeup on. So, but when it does, it then it becomes more personal because they're talking to Melissa, right?
Right.
And so it was like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? And so when I like there were just 2 times that I did get her out of the place. It was outside of it was outside of the hotel when we were going to the Arsenal game. I had to get her out of there because she was signing.
I saw that on the vlog. Yeah,
she was signing, and I was like, this is a line of people, and they kept. And then it's like 1, 2, 3.
The eBayers,
4.
yeah.
And I'm like, come on. At that moment, I was like, yeah, I need to get her out of here. I don't think so. I don't think that's cool either, though.
Yeah. Well, that's like the ones that
Uh,
ambush in the airport. Come on.
Yeah,
That's
that's not cool.
bullshit.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
But she does not care. Like she will if you have something to say to her, and it's like I don't know, it is something that you feel that you have to get her. She will listen to it and she will go through the emotions with you. She's nice enough to always be receptive. That's just because of who she is, not as a wrestler, but as a person,
Yeah.
and the education that she's got, and the background that she has, like where she comes from, and all her,
Mhm.
like the way her dad is, the way her family is. Like I have like I love her dad. That's the coolest Mexican dude ever. And yeah, like, for real. And the way that she is with fans, like she takes her time. It will be a very weird situation for her personally not to be, taking her time. Like
Yeah.
she will have to get the hell out of the place. Or like we're at the stadium. I had to get her out because it was a line already for me. So I'm like, we are not gonna do this here because then we need to get security or something because then people
Yeah.
get mad or I don't know. It gets weird. But
Man.
yeah, she's really nice. And I gotta say, I met a few of the wrestlers, especially at that in England, that they will give you their time to talk to you.
That's
And
awesome.
I wish, I wish every one of them will make it big. Like but at the same time, there are other things that just being on like one of the big companies, right? Like
Right.
it's just being successful and connecting with the crowd. Like the way that I saw Nina connect with that crowd that day, that was special. That was very
That's
special.
awesome.
I really want to see her fight Thunder. I'm putting it out there.
There you
Whoever
go.
watches
There it
this.
is.
Yeah.
It's in
Do
the
a
universe.
Mission Pro Progress crossover invasion story.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I have a
I
lot
saw
of
the wheels
ideas.
turn. He went, wait.
Yeah, I have a lot of ideas on that one. Oh no.
Get the pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All
Let's get
right.
the other. Let's get to the other show because we have. Somebody has to go to sleep. Look at these eyes. Look at those pretty eyes. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we've got the 20-second show to record, so we'll wrap this one up here. Want to thank everybody who watched this live. If this is your first time tuning in, hey, thanks for joining us. You can check us out live every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube and Rumble. Usually about 6 p.m. we go live. Check us out. We also go Saturdays 7 to 8 o'clock on Rumble and YouTube with the Fantasy Sports Core. Shout out to those guys for hooking us up with some time to talk wrestling for their audience also. You can catch Tony Allen at
Tony St. Allen on Instagram and Tony St. Allen on Twitter. X,
all right.
whatever.
Yeah, X, whatever. And don't forget to check out Mission Pro Wrestling Thriller. That's gonna be a good show. I'll probably be grabbing that one myself. I
October
enjoy Mission Pro.
21st.
Yeah.
And please go to Thunder Rosa 22 and all the platforms and go to youtube.com/@Thunder Rosa for the latest vlogs. And there's a lot more stuff coming out because we been shooting all kinds of stuff. And her next single is dropping out soon. I don't know when.
Yeah. And if you've not heard any of her singles, go check them out. Beautiful voice. She's not just a great wrestler, she's a great singer. Really good stuff. I enjoyed it immensely. So shout out to Thunder Rosa and Tony Allen's channel. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for joining us. We'll try to get Thunder on one day too. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But appreciate everything. Follow us on all the socials, No Shave Man Cave. And with this, you know what time it is, Jared. Take us out.
Bump and feed. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us here at the No Shave Man Cave. To all our brothers and sisters in arms, thank you for what you do. Hurry up, get your ass home because you're needed back here too. Until next time, my friends, my fam, thanks for checking us out. Stay safe. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see you